For 20 years, Sevenstar has believed that Christian education shouldn't have limits, not geographic ones, not circumstantial ones, not ones imposed by the unexpected. Built on a foundation of academic excellence and rooted in biblical truth, what started as a vision to fill a gap has become a calling to come alongside schools, strengthen families, and shape the minds and hearts of students across the globe.
Hi, I'm Mark Beadle, the founder of Sevenstar, but I would always say it was God that founded Sevenstar. From the beginning in 2006, even the name Sevenstar had a biblical root. In Revelation, Christ talks about holding 7 stars in his hand. Our vision at the top here says to make disciples of Christ through a global learning community that glorifies God.
My name is Kristen Bird, and I started at Sevenstar before Sevenstar had a name. I had been working with Dr. Beadle, placing student teachers in his Christian school. So we had worked together for quite a number of years in that capacity. And when he was starting the curriculum project for what was to be Sevenstar, he asked me to join the team.
In the summer of 2006, 25 Christian educators gathered with a single purpose: to make biblically integrated online learning accessible to students everywhere. By November, 50 courses were live, with 129 students already enrolled across 8 countries and more than 10 states.
The idea actually developed from working in higher ed online programs. I believe it was Dr. Beadle just saying, he has such a missions mindset. And he was like, wait a minute, why are we just letting higher ed do this? What about the missionary kids all over the world and the people who need Christian courses who don't have access to a Christian school?
It seems that an unspoken question, but one that we had to answer, was, well, what is online learning? Our teachers, pioneers, and our staff quickly help people understand what it could be. That first year, we had early adopting students and school leaders and had 500 enrollments, and we were amazed at what God had done. We saw a lot of blue sky above us at the time, and Sevenstar is still experiencing that growth and that potential.
I was there for the first 10 years and got to see God do amazing things through Sevenstar, and I know he continues to do that. Yeah, in those early years, online education was pretty separate from Christian education. It wasn't biblically integrated, it wasn't academically rigorous enough, and that's where we filled a void.
And God was already at work, allowing Sevenstar to reach students they never could have anticipated.
Maybe even the first year, I remember having a student taking a Bible course from us and finding out that student was not only from a Muslim family, but he claimed to be Muslim, but he was just interested in learning new religions. And the questions that he asked and the things that he learned, he took Bible doctrine that year. And, he didn't have a Bible. He was like, well, what do I do? How do I get a Bible? And all of the things.
A missionary in Hong Kong suggested to a student there that they connect with Sevenstar. And this student wrote about his class. It was awesome. I just love the fact how everything was so simple, yet the lessons had such depth. I love learning about God. My trust and faith in him has become stronger than it ever was.
It was pretty interesting to find out that no, we aren't just meeting a need for the Christian world. We're meeting a need for people who are seeking Jesus and need to find him in ways that we couldn't do without having an online program.
But as Sevenstar grew, they began to notice another way they could serve others with their courses.
I don't think at first many of us or any of us had the idea that most enrollments were going to eventually come from students already in Christian schools or already had access to a Christian school, just because they needed, different types of courses. They needed to improve their course offerings. They lost maybe an English teacher. They needed to have a Christian English course. So I think in the early years, we were mostly thinking, missionary kids or people who live too far from Christian schools. And I think the biggest shock probably that I remember was that Christian schools also needed this option, and we were there for them.
I've been at the school 14 years, and we were already using Sevenstar when we came in. We were a lot smaller then, and so we were using it for courses that we couldn't offer We love working with Sevenstar because the Christian worldview is infused into all of the courses. And so if we use anybody else, then we're having to go back and check and make sure everything aligns with our standards.
So we use Sevenstar in a number of ways. So when we have a student that wants to take a course that we aren't able to offer, and Sevenstar offers that course, that's been super helpful in those situations. In other situations, we use it where a student might need to step out for a semester for a number of different reasons, really. Then they're able to take a full load of courses. It's hard to do it without a partner, and Sevenstar has been doing this for a long time, and so we're grateful for the partnership, the support, and the flexibility that Sevenstar offers.
In June of 2009, Sevenstar celebrated its very first graduate. Her graduation marked something profound, proof that a student could pursue a full, rigorous, biblically integrated education online and cross the finish line. She was the first, but she would not be the last.
My name is Jerry Causey. I have taught now with Sevenstar for about half of those 20 years, 11 years. In a lot of ways, I'm like an ambassador. We'll not only teach, but also relate Jesus to others throughout the world. When I first started teaching, at some point, I bought this very small map. I need to get a larger one. And I started putting these push pins in for the various places throughout the world where I teach or have taught and have had students that have resided. You know, I have push pins in Asia, China, Malaysia, South Korea, India, Sri Lanka, Australia, Europe as well, England, France, Spain, in Africa, the Middle East, South America, and certainly in the United States, all across the United States.
From living rooms and mission fields, from Kyiv to Guatemala to Brazil, earning diplomas, heading to universities, and carrying a biblical worldview with them into the world.
Last year, we were able to restart our program in Kyiv in spite of the war that's going on in Ukraine. We have a couple of teachers that are in Europe that are able to teach online through the Sevenstar platform in our partnership. And we utilize as much as we can the structure of the school environment to provide a place where kids can focus on their learning and be supported. In that way, we're providing a place where our kids can stay a part of our school, even though we're not able to provide all the staff for the full program. And so because of that, I'm just really thankful for this opportunity, this partnership that Sevenstar really has come alongside Kyiv Christian Academy, believing in the value of our school for the missionary and Ukrainian families that we're serving in Kyiv.
We're missionaries in Guatemala, and being a Sevenstar student allowed our son Caleb to build several houses with visiting teams, and he really enjoyed the upper level classes and variety of electives that he was able to take.
I honestly love it. I think that it's great that I can go at my own pace and I can go ahead if I know I have something coming up. And I love how Christ-centered it is. With everything, it always leads back to Him, and I think that's so great.
When ACSI acquired Sevenstar in 2022, it gave me the opportunity to see even more closely the impact this program is having across our network of schools. It's been encouraging to watch the way Sevenstar comes alongside schools, helping them expand opportunities for students while remaining rooted in a strong Christian worldview. What's also exciting is seeing how that impact continues to grow globally. New partnerships in Brazil and across Asia are opening doors for students to access high-quality Christian education in ways that simply weren't possible before. Hearing how students are benefiting from these opportunities is truly encouraging. But my appreciation for Sevenstar goes back even further. Before serving with ACSI, I had the privilege of serving as head of school at Prestonwood Christian Academy. And during that time, we experienced firsthand the value of an online program and the partnership we had with Sevenstar. It allowed us to expand opportunities for our students while staying aligned with the mission and values that were so important to our school community.
When I think about God's faithfulness to Sevenstar, I don't think about programs or courses, technology or growth. I think about students discovering their God-given purpose. I think about teachers praying for learners that they may never meet in person. I think about families making sacrifices so that their children could receive a Christ-centered education. I think about school leaders who have partnered with us to expand opportunities for the students in their communities. And I think about the countless moments, many of which will never appear in a report, when God quietly transformed lives. That has always been the heart of Sevenstar. We don't know exactly what the next chapter will hold, but we know the one who does. And because of that, we look forward to the future with confidence, with gratitude, and with anticipation. After 20 years, we're not celebrating the end of something, we're celebrating what God has done and looking forward with expectation to what He will do next. The mission continues, the partnership continues, the impact continues, and by God's grace, we are just getting started.
For 20 years, Sevenstar has watched God use online Christian education to open doors and build community across living rooms, schools, and mission fields, across borders and time zones, and they can't wait to see what He has in store for the next 20 years.